Hello guys, welcome back. Myself Assistant Professor Gaurang Prajapati from Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. So, I am going to cover the topic of fundamentals of the subject Structural Analysis 1, 4th semester Civil Engineering. In the previous videos, we have covered the statical indeterminacies theory as well as examples of beam, plane truss and plane frame. Now, in this video, I am going to cover the kinematic indeterminacy theoretical portion as well as examples of beams. Okay, just a minute. Yeah, so degree of kinematic indeterminacy. Now, in the displacement components of the joint of the structure, this one is if the displacement components of the joint of the structure cannot be determined by the compatibility equation alone, the structure is said to be kinematically indeterminate structure. So, in simple words, if we are not able to find out the displacement component of any support, then we can say it is kinematic indeterminate structure. The numbers of addition equations necessary for the determinations of all the indeterminacy, or we can say degree of freedom of structure. Thus, the degree of kinematic indeterminacy is equals to the total numbers of possible displacement in structure. Okay, let's understand it by the example. Okay, say over here possible displacement of the various support. So first one, hinge or pin support. Now we know that in hinge support only two reactions produces, that is horizontal as well as vertical. So see, vertical will prevent the vertical displacement while horizontal reactions will prevent the horizontal displacement. Okay, but we can say what about rotation? Okay, so in this case only the rotation is allowed for the hinge support. So that is the criteria for the kinematic indeterminacy. Means as hinge support is able to generate the two reactions, so it can resist the vertical as well as horizontal load, but it cannot resist the rotation. So for that one we need to apply the rotation in case of hinge support. Okay, similarly now roller support, we know that in case of roller support only one vertical reaction will produces. Okay, so vertical reaction will prevent the vertical displacement. Okay, so now in this one the other possible reactions, or we can say the displacement, will be number one horizontal as well as number two rotation. See, basically there are always three reactions are there: vertical, horizontal and moment, and instead of moment in this one we are going to consider it as a rotation. Okay, so the property of the support means, for example, hinge produces two support, the remaining one is rotation, so rotation will be allowed for the kinematic indeterminacy. Similarly, if roller support vertical reaction is produced, so the remaining two horizontal as well as rotation will be permitted for the kinematic indeterminacy. Okay, third, fixed support. What in fixed support, vertical, horizontal and we can say moment, all the three reactions are produces, so vertical reaction will prevent the vertical displacement, horizontal reaction will prevent the horizontal displacement and moment will prevent the rotation. So in this one, as all three reactions produces, so we don't need to apply any extra, we can say, reactions. Okay, so no displacements are possible at the fixed support. Vice versa, if I am concerned about this particular support, say free support, so in free support as no reactions will be produced, so in this case vertical, horizontal as well as rotation all will be permitted in case of, we can say, free support. Okay, but fixed support no displacement are produces, or we can say allowed, as we discuss over here. Okay, so these are the criteria. So first of all we are going to solve it for the beam. Okay, just a minute. Now, so let's discuss the theoretical criteria of the kinematic indeterminacy formula for the different structure. Say first of all, for pin jointed plane truss, so at each joint two displacement, say delta x and delta y, are possible. So the formula of dk, that is twice j minus e, where twice j total numbers of, we can say, displacement of all joint, and e, that is numbers of equations of compatibility. Okay, then the numbers of equation of the compatibility is equals to the numbers of constraints imposed by the support conditions, as each independent external reaction component provides a constant constant against the linear movement of the numbers of equations. So ultimately E equals to R. So ultimately I can modify the formula, that is dk, that is over here, on correction is there, sorry, that is twice J minus R, this one. Okay. Then for rigid jointed plane truss, now in case of rigid jointed plane truss there are three displacement. Okay, as it is rigid jointed, so delta x, delta y, delta z will be there. So ultimately the formula will be 3j minus r, while why in this case it was 2j minus r, because there are, in case of pin jointed, only two displacement are possible, so that's why twice j minus r. In this one three displacement are possible, so it is formula will be 3j minus r. Okay. Then just a minute. For rigid jointed plane frame, at each joint three displacements are possible, so three displacements are dk equals to 3j minus r. Okay. And then for rigid jointed space frame, so in this case 6 independents are there, that is delta x, delta y, delta z, theta x, theta y, theta z are possible, so ultimately formula will be 6j minus r. So ultimately numbers of multiplications with j are numbers of, we can say, displacement produces. Okay, that is the criteria. Then if inextensibility of the member is considered, for example axial deformation of the member is neglected, okay, the number of constraints, or we can say the numbers of compatibility equations due to the inextensibility of the member is equals to the numbers of the member, that is m. Okay. So in simple words, say dk none. So dk net equals to degree of kinematic indeterminacy neglecting axial deformation. See, dk means dk includes all the displacement, vertical, horizontal, rotation, etc, etc. Okay. While dk net, that is, we can say it neglects the axial deformation, so it is the remaining one. So we need to do dk minus m. So ultimately we will get dk minus dk net. Okay. So dk net equals to twice j minus r plus m for the plane frame. See, all the formulas which we applied earlier over here. See, this one was, just a minute, sorry, this one was twice j minus r, this one was 3j minus r. So what we need to do, we need to deduct r from all these equations. This one is 3j minus r, 6j minus r. See, so ultimately say dk net, that is for plane truss, that is twice j minus r plus m. Then for the plane frame 3j minus r plus m. Then for the space truss 3j minus r plus m. And then for the space frame it was 6j minus r, so 6j minus r plus m. So ultimately I can directly write down the formula of dk naught equals to dk minus m. That's the formula of dk naught. Okay. Or just a minute, in case of the beam with the internal hinge or link, the formula will be dk equals to 3 times j plus j dash, this one is j dash, plus, sorry, minus capital R plus RR, and dk none, that is equals to dk minus m. Similarly for the plane frame with the internal frame, same formula will be there, 3 times j plus j dash minus r plus capital R, sorry, small rr, and dk none, that is dk minus m. Okay. And over here I have given the table regarding SI and KI of each and every case. Means, for example, if you are solving beam, then SI's formula will be ds equals to capital R minus small r. Okay. Capital R numbers of reaction produces, smaller numbers of equilibrium condition, while KI's formula will be dk equals to 3j minus r, and dk none, that is dk minus m. Similarly plane truss, SI's formula is this one, ds equals to capital R minus small r, dsi m plus r minus twice j, and ds equals to dsc plus dsi, or we can say alternatively we have used this formula also, m plus r minus twice j. Similarly for ki we are going to use this formula, dk equals to twice j minus r, and dk none, that is dk minus m. Similarly for plane frame, same kind of formula, dsc capital R minus small r, dsi that is 3 times c, and finally ds, that is dsc plus dsi, or alternatively we have this formula also, 3m plus capital R minus 3j. And for ki we are going to use this formula, dk equals to 3j minus r, dk none equals to dk minus m. And then just a minute, this one is of the same category, plane frame, but now this time with internal fringe. Okay. So ds's formula is as it is, and as we discussed in the previous video, dsi, that is 3c minus rr. Finally ds equals to dsc plus dsi, and in this one c stands for numbers of closures, or alternatively we were using this formula 3m minus rr plus capital R minus 3 times j plus j dash, where j dash stands for numbers of pin joint and rr that is numbers of member connected to pin minus 1. That was the formula. And for ki we are going to use 3 times j plus j dash minus capital R plus small rr, and dk none that is like always dk minus m. Last one, grid. So for that one the formula stands for ds equals to capital R minus small r, dsi 3 times c ds, that is dsc plus dsi. C stands for numbers of cells, or alternatively we can use this formula 3m plus capital R minus 3j. While in case of ki we are going to use this one dk equals to 3j minus r and dk none equals to dk always if the grid member is of axial force. Okay, so guys, you need to consider this table as the overview of the whole chapter for the SI and KI, because in the examination any structure will be given to you and you need to calculate SI and KI of the same structure. See, in all the videos, first of all, in all first 3 videos I have given you the examples of the SI only of the different structure, and now for the incoming videos I am going to give you all the examples regarding KI also, because I am doing this separately because to just make you understand that how we need to calculate SI and KI separately. Okay, then you can combinedly calculate each and everything. Okay, so this is the theoretical portion of kinematic indeterminacy. Hope so you have got all the concept. Myself, Assistant Professor Gaurang Prajapati, signing off.